And that's how you do it, okay? It's called rebounding. And I'm going to tell you something. Rebounding should be done on a physical and emotional level. You need to be able to rebound from a crisis this fast. This is what I teach, okay? I teach how to do that. Whether you believe this or not, I will never be in crisis for more than 15 seconds. When I was younger, I used to give myself time limits, okay? I would actually say that something that really upset me, I cannot be upset for more than an hour. Boy, was I screwed up. Seriously. Think about it. I should be the master of my mind. I should be the master of what's really going on in this planet. So I need to rebound faster, back to alignment, back to the present moment. I need to own it. I am going to so own this. In the next 5 years, there will be more changes in your life. If you're 75 years old right now, in the next 5 years, you better hold on or buckle up, baby, because there's going to be 75 years of changes in 5 years. Are you prepared for that? How much are you a drama queen or king? You're going to have to learn how to rebound back. And remember something. Exercise is so amazing for the human body, okay? It helps you to balance and align. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something. When I work out on a rebounder, what I'll actually do, when I'm not going all bore, I make sure that I get my fatty acids, my amino acids, okay? All right, my fatty acids, my amino acids, my minerals, my whole plant-based fiber, because that's what makes a strong body, okay? All right, and then I will put these around my ankles for more weight, okay, when I really feel like I can go for a heavier workout. And when I just want to work it out, stretch it out, I'll use these. This is only 2 pounds. Oh my God, Daryl, you're such a wimp. Well, you do not want to use heavy weights, okay, on a rebounder, okay, until you get in really good shape and you've got the muscles to hold them, or else you're just going to cause micro tearing and inflammation. And that's a big deal, okay? Because most of you already are doing micro tearing because you're so inflamed and you don't even realize it. Now, when I'm doing a slower workout and I really want to work it out, I'll up it to 5 pounds. I won't go more than 5 pounds because let me just show you, I will show you some of the techniques I have. But remember something, on a rebounder, you're not looking for bulking your muscle. You're looking for tone. Let me tell you something. Those people that are toned, not the people that have big muscles, are the ones that have a healthy body. Trust me, it's true. So what we want to do in life, when we look at exercise, is we want to lengthen, strengthen, detox, and tone, okay? Because guess what? Those of you out there that are overweight, you're not overweight, you're overinflamed, you're overinfected, you're retaining water, you're on fire, okay? Those of you, okay, that are over the age of 50 and say, I'm losing weight. I don't know how to get weight put back on. You're not losing weight, you're losing muscle. We were genetically manipulated right down to the DNA. I don't know, I think maybe it was around 200,000 years ago. And the reality is this, well, you don't believe me? Then where goes your human growth hormone? Where's your IGF-1? Where's that go? Where's your tone going? Why is it that, we have this aging thing built into us? Well, most people are aging way too fast because they don't exercise. Did you know that if you actually exercise 1 hour a day, you actually increase your lifespan by 3 hours? Did you know that? And did you know that most people, when they do rebounding, they don't do it right? This is how they do it. So guess what? The problem is there's a lot of people that are doing rebounding that have SI joint problems right here. And then they have sciatica going all the way down in their leg. They have low back problems because they don't even know that they're pooping in their pelvis, and that would be 99 out of 100 people. Well, how do you think you got those cysts, that bladder infection, that prostate problem? How do you think now that you have infertility? How do you think that you have vaginitis? How do you think that you have cysts on your ovaries? How do you think you have endometriosis? How do you think that your transverse colon that's supposed to be right here, it's now down with a 40-year-old person? It's all fallen down 2 inches. And then with 60 and 70-year-olds, that's where that bulge is down here because their intestine is falling down and out. So when you actually rebound, you don't rebound like this because this is not a trampoline. You can do it on a trampoline because the bounce is softer. But if you get a rebounder, all you got to do is you got to just move it. Come on, move it or lose it, groove it. And this is what we're doing. Look at how I swing my legs out, okay? All right, I'll be doing this when I'm 90 years old. I'll be doing this when I'm 95 years old, okay? And then you know what? You can do the slide. I made these up. I don't know if they're out there anywhere, but this is what I do. And then I'll add the weights to it. You see how I slide the foot back and forth, okay? And then you can do jumping jacks, right? Look, you can do jumping jacks. If the rebounder's big enough and you have the balance, so you can have weights in your hands doing this. You can have weights in your hands doing this, okay? All right? You can have weights in your hands, and look at this. Come on, let's get rid of those love handles. Let's get rid of that tummy. You know what? Your core is everything. Tell me that the average 50-year-old, 60-year-old doesn't have their core on the floor, and that means their immune system is going into a crash dive, okay? All right, can you put that other music on there, Rafa? I'd like some background. I love music, okay? You know, I'm still telling Rafa every time I come in the morning, I'm going, Rafa, can you please make sure there's music always on for us, okay? No matter what the world's like, we gotta dance, buddy. We gotta smile, okay? So you see this? Look what I'm doing. Yeah, this will tone you up, okay? And then you can come across like this, look. Louder, louder, buddy, I love it. So then you can come across like this. And this is for your pectorals. This is for your core, because you don't want it on the floor. This is your jumping jacks. You don't need a heavy weight, just a little weight, because you want to be a lean, keen, sexy, toned machine, don't you? I do. Is it okay if I'm sexy when I'm 90? I'd like to be that way. So you can go with heavier weights if you want, but heavier is not the smartest thing that you can ever do. Thanks, Rafa, you can bring that down. Can you bring me my phone, please? Thank you. I'm gonna go over some things with you that I've jotted here, okay? And let me see here. All right, so, are you ready for this? Rebounding puts you into a parasympathetic state. Rebounding balances your nervous system. So every time you're ready to lose it, or you're angry, or you're frustrated, or you're getting depressed, go rebound. Okay? Shake it off. Next thing, improves bone density. Let me just say this, okay? And you better get it. I hope you get it. And I love you, but you know what? Think about it. When we're younger, we work out all the time. Because you know what? We are so proud of our bodies. And then we are actually programmed by big pharma and food corporations. And then guess what? We become a sloppy mess. We don't even have the energy to work out. And understand something. If you are over the age of 30, you need an hour of exercise every day. And you need it every day for the rest of your life. And if you do exercise every day for the rest of your life, you will, every hour that you give your body, you get 3 hours of more life. This is science. I need you to get this, okay? All right, so bone density. Well, guess what, guys? Osteoporosis is on the rise. Why is it on the rise? Why don't you tell me why it's on the rise, Dr. Wolf? Well, I'll tell you why it's on the rise. It's on the rise because we have to rob Peter to pay Paul. Because guess what? You're part of the inflammation nation, and you don't even know it. If you have any pain in your body, you're not the master of your body. I have only slight little things that come on, and I know why. I'm alert in the present moment. I don't suppress pain. I don't run from pain. I know pain is a GPS. And understand something, that's inflammation. And with inflammation, you get calcification because you're going to pull the calcium out of your bones to buffer down your blood pH and your tissue cells, or guess what? You'll lack 35% of oxygen pretty soon, and then you'll have what they call cancer, which is just stage 4 inflammation. So, bone density improves. How about this? Rebounding actually balances your hormones, men and women. That's right. So I just love it, you know. I take hormone replacement. I take a hormone supplement. All you have to do is amino acids, fatty acids, minerals, and plant-based fiber, and know how to do it properly. You can download my pdgfree.com guide. You know what? Don't complain and don't explain, okay, why you got screwed over. Because you knew what you were doing, and you know that guess what? When you take massive personal action, your life changes. And let me just say this, and in 5 years we'll talk about it. In the next 5 years, 75 years of changes will happen compared to the last 75. Go watch the last Wolf report I did yesterday. Most of the population is going to crack up. Because right now, even before COVID, they couldn't handle their emotions. Look at how many times that you'd have a temper tantrum throughout the day because somebody didn't love you or do something for you, or the world's just unfair. Well, the world's not unfair. You need to learn the rules of this life-threatening, fun-filled adventure. All right, so we know that it'll balance the hormones, but, you know, I gave you the 4 pillars that would do it. You know, there's a bunch of practitioners out there, whether they're natural or not, or whether they're medical. You know what, I like to just have fun. What about you? And what they're going to do is they're going to try to balance your hormones, which is the most ridiculous thing in your life. Why don't we get to the cause? That's what Doc of Detox does. We go to the cause, and then we don't treat more than train. We train more than treat, because you need to be trained on how to actually love this temple that was given to us by the Creator. Okay? All right. Flushes the lymphatic system. Well, guess what? Nothing moves the lymph more than rebounding. Nothing. Because every time I go up and down, there's these valves that are in my lymph system. You have 8 pints of blood and 12 quarts of lymph. And the lymph is like molasses. And guess what? When you don't move, it stagnates. Oh, I've got a swollen lymph node. What do? The doctor said don't touch it. Clap it and start moving. Because I said the other day that sitting is the new smoking, okay? All right? Because everybody's too sick, fat, and exhausted. Is that true? And then if you really want to get into it, you can do this, right? Look at this. I can do my workout. I'm not on cement, all right? I'm not jarring my body. I mean, running has got to be one of the most dumbest things, but everybody does it. And guess what? We already know that anybody that runs for more than 3 minutes, it's harmful to the body. And every marathon runner has what? Runner's heart. Every time after a marathon, guess what? They've got new scar tissue in their heart. That's right. From the inflammation and stealing all the minerals because they made themselves so acidic. All right? Most runners are not that healthy. Some of the greatest runners in the world have died at a very young age, haven't they? Okay? All right, so strengthen the pelvic floor. Come on. It's right here. No pooping in the pelvis for Daryl. Okay? Just know this. 99%, 99 out of 100 people are pooping in their pelvis because their large intestine is a muscle and they treat it like garbage, and because they think it only has garbage in it when it has 85% of your immune system in it. And guess what? My large intestine is as toned as my bicep. And if you realize when you went to the gym that if you worked on your core, okay, which is from your ribs down, okay, to your pubic bone, if you worked on that, it keeps this strong. I'm not telling you I'm Mr. Muscle, but guess what? You know, I'll be 67 this week, and the reality is this. I keep up with everybody. They have trouble keeping up with me. Okay? It's mind over matter. You know, you need to watch your thoughts, you need to watch your beliefs, And you need to watch your emotions. And guess what? They're your emotions, even though you were programmed to destroy yourself by you know who. But the reality is you could go in and brainwash and then put more and new prominent, dominant beliefs in there that say that they unconditionally love you, and you could follow my lead and start processing everything through the heart and learning the 4 steps of taking your life back, which is really easy. It's child's play. All right. Improves balance and coordination. I don't know, how am I doing, guys? How am I doing? Okay, and the reality is, guess what? This guy's not going to fall down. Oh, did you hear that Dr. Wolf fell down the stairs? He was walking along and he couldn't hold himself up. You know, you lose balance first in your mind, landmind, and then you lose balance in your physical body. And you only lose balance in your physical body when you start having your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, and your joints start to become beef jerky and calcified. Okay? So guess what? These joints, they're like hinges. And you got to move them, or guess what? They're going to rust up, and that rust is scar tissue, and it's calcification. Go watch Reverse the Irreversible in my PDG guide. Okay? All right, improves balance and coordination. Yeah. Supports endurance. I don't know, how am I doing? You know, I'm a little bit out of wind, but you know what? I'm talking at the same time. I seem to got my groove on. Look at this. When you get really good, you can do this, and you can put your favorite music on, and you can be like a Scottish dancer. Look at me go, okay? So understand, if you're not having fun, you're not going to get it done. You know, most people I talk to, they go, listen, I got to go. Why? Because I got to go to the gym. I got to get my workout done because I got to get it out of the way. Everything I do, I swim in my pool, I do my rebounding, okay, I do my paddle boarding. Okay, if it's not fun and I'm not in the sun, then guess what? That's right, because right above me here of Braveheart Nation Studios, I have my rebounder, okay? And that's what I do, is I rebound out there at nighttime. I have a mat out there where I do my breathing exercises. Yeah. Have you even thought about building your life around fun and fulfillment of your heart, okay? And remastering your brain and becoming the captain of this beautiful ship? Bet you haven't. And if you did, it was only for a moment because your family wouldn't like it. Okay? And they wouldn't because everybody's programmed here. Okay, strengthens the core. Yeah, we talked about that. Improves digestion. Hey, listen, if I didn't have 2 good bowel movements already today, after I do the rebounding here, okay, I'm going to be going to the toilet and I'm going to be filling that thing up. All right? Because you're getting it moving. Oh my gosh, guys. Let's take it back. Let's take back our life. Let's take back our health. Let's take back our wealth. And how do we do it? We do it by coming together. They're going to want us to go to war with each other starting in September. Yeah, that's not too far away. And they want us to go to war with each other for at least 5 years until we can't take it anymore. And then we run for them. We run to them for help. Well, you know what that looks like, don't you? Okay, so increasing lung capacity. Look at metabolism doesn't slow down. You have blocks of mucus, fecal material, calcification, and scar tissue formation. If you don't want to use it, you're going to lose it. So come on, Miss Depressed, Miss Anxiety, Miss Stressed Out, Miss Chasing Your Tail, Mr. Chasing Your Tail, and why don't you put on the music that you used to listen to when life was all about freedom and laughter and dancing? Why don't you do that? Why don't you release, okay, that little girl or boy within and turn that kitty litter into a sandbox? All right. Helps us sleep better. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I can't breathe. All of this is made up. There's no such thing as sleep apnea. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as cancer. There's no such thing as arthritis. There's no such thing as asthma. There's no such thing as bronchitis. They're all the same condition, and that's it. And you've been conditioned to believe it. You've been conditioned to be sick. And that's the truth. So if you want to sleep, move it. Because guess what rebounding does? It helps to create serotonin. Isn't that something? Serotonin has to do with something called happiness, which I am going to be happy this next 5 years, even though these psychos have been planning for 250 years how they are going to take us to transhumanism. That's all it's about. It's not about anything else. How powerful would that make you feel if you could actually take at least 50% or 60% of the population to get them to put a chip in their head? Okay? And let me tell you something. My imagination is better than any computer. I'm more creative than any computer. They're trying to mimic us. I am the technology that I want. And you are the technology that you want, but nobody's shown you how to tap into creation, imagination, intuition, empathy for yourself and the rest of the world that they're trying to take down. All right, I'm sorry, but I just can't. And I did say sorry, but I cannot keep my mouth shut on this. Because come September, everything is a game to them. Guess what? If they weren't involved, life would be unbelievable. There wouldn't be any drama, trauma, or wars, or sickness, or disease. You know what? I wish I was the king of everything, and I could teach you that unconditional love is the way. It's the only protection. Okay, anyways. I want to thank you for joining me. But just know this. In the living room, I have one with a bar, and I'll bring it in next week, and I'll show you how to do it with a bar. I have one for older people, and I can put the bar on this. And we used to make this rebounder. Isn't this a beautiful rebounder? People didn't want to pay for it. We would make $150 off the rebounder. I stopped making them because people don't want quality. This here has trampoline springs in it. This here is made out of piano wire holding it. I mean, this rebounder is never going to wear out. Don't you look at the bounce. There's no rebounder that has this bounce. I don't make them anymore. Just know that. But understand this. I am going to bounce back emotionally and physically within 15 seconds. All right? The next time that you're pissed off at yourself, life, your family, your friends, why don't you time yourself and see how psycho you are? Okay? And it's not how psycho you are, it's how psycho of a program that was put in here, and it was called, well, this is normal. You need to punish everybody if you don't get what you want. Well, guess what? I am the master of my life. I am the creator. Thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and you have the best day of your life.